What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and as usual, we're going to be going over the charts. As you guys know, we're in the process of building a house, so I'm trying to make these videos quick, but I still want to get them out to you. Also, just a reminder, we will be starting members videos this week, possibly tomorrow. But like I said, I'll do one a week. And you can hit the join button down below to become a member. We're going to go into more whatever stocks you guys want to do. It'll be a live stream. So anyways, before we begin, make sure you smash those thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, share the video if you would and leave your comments down below. It does help the YouTube algorithm, but what helps the absolute most is smashing that thumbs up. So let's take a look at what's going on. This is the Dow Jones. We're also going to be taking a look at the possible 10-year roadmap to financial freedom. If this plays out this way, this could be the hugest opportunity that is probably going to be in our lifetime. So definitely stick around to the end to see that. We'll be going over the Bitcoin chart also in the daily and the 4-hour. Then we'll zoom out to the bigger time frame and look at how this could play out. Obviously, this is not financial advice. Nothing is guaranteed, but things are looking pretty damn good. All right, let's take a look at the Dow Jones. As I showed you guys, this is on the daily. We had this bearish divergence, and bearish divergence is a reversal of the uptrend, obviously. So that does show bearish divergence. But remember, we still could get a fake rally up to this top trend line on the RSI. So be aware of that. But what I also want to show you, as you can see in the daily, we have bearish divergence, right? If we switch over to the weekly, you see the weekly obviously is in a downtrend, and we have higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. That's hidden bearish divergence. Hidden divergence is a continuation of the trend. I do believe soon, within the next week or two, we are going to see a pretty major dump in the traditional markets. Now, looking at the DXY, so this is what we've been watching. This is the rising channel here. We did come back to test it. Some things I want to show you guys. I do expect a bounce in here, although we could go a little bit lower, but I do expect a bounce in this area to be pretty big. Now, will that happen today? Who knows? But I do expect a big bounce here. And as you guys know, I've had this target since we broke out here of 122. I do believe we'll get up to this range, possibly get a little rejection, maybe come back up. But once we break this, guys, I think the DXY is going to new all-time highs. I've showed you in previous videos why. But one thing I want to point out real quick is, as you can see, the 200 EMA here, that's where we're getting a bounce. Now, if we go back into the 80s, which I think the times are pretty much the exact same, you know, they're talking about war and everything else again, just like they were back in the 80s. And let's take a look at what the 80s looked like right back here. So in the 80s, we had a parabolic run up in the DXY also against all other currencies. But as you can see, we did wick below it a little bit. But until we actually get here and get some major resistance on that 200 EMA, we are still in an uptrend. I think we're right around this area for the DXY. So I think we have a lot further to go. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking there. So if you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT. They do sponsor this channel. You can trade crypto, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, pre-markets, post-markets, all from one exchange without extra fees for the pre and post-markets like most exchanges. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. I do have a link down below. Definitely check that out. You can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus to use towards your margin. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. I also have a tutorial I'll leave at the end of the video. And I have a tutorial on my YouTube page. If you go to my page, you'll see it in the tutorials. So anyways, looking at the daily on Bitcoin, right? So we've talked about this plenty. We did call this top at the 21.5 prior to it happening. We'll take a look at that in the 4-hour. But as you can see, yesterday we talked about getting rejected on this trend line right here on the RSI, which is exactly what seems to be happening. Now, there's always a possibility we get a quick wick up here to that 18.3 to 18.2 to retest the bottom of this triangle. That is a possibility. As you guys know, though, I'm still looking for this 14.5. I told you once we broke this 18.3 that I'd be looking for 18.5 or 14.5. Now, we've had that 14.5 target for months, and I'll show you that in a minute. But once this breaks, if we do not get a bounce here, we could be heading down to the 75 to 8,500 range, which is the measured move of this triangle right here. But I do think we're going to hit this, but I think we're going to get a bounce off this 14.5 and maybe range in here for a while, because I think the 75 to 8,500 is probably sometime in February. It could happen quicker, but I'll show you why I have that timing. And then the ultimate bottom, I think, is going to be around 35 to 4,500. Again, not financial advice. Nothing is guaranteed, but I've had this target since December 2nd. I'll also leave that video up top at the end of the video so you can check it out. But so far, everything is playing out pretty much exactly like we expected. Now, we talked about this. I threw these fibs on here yesterday. Told you the areas to watch. I said if we couldn't open and close a 4 hour above 16.9, then that's considered a rejection. As you can see, we have lower highs in the price action right here, right? Lower highs. We have higher highs in the RSI. That's hidden bearish divergence. We are in a downtrend. Hidden bearish divergence is a continuation of the trend. The trend is down. I do think we're probably going to break these lows. And like I said, I've been looking for that 14.5, and I'll show you why. I'm still looking for it. Now, if for any reason we get a scam rally, whatever, get above this 16.9, open and close a 4 hour, then the next stop is going to be the 382 fib, which is around 17.8. If we get above that, then we retest this 18.3-ish range. But as of right now, it does look like it's flipping over. And let's get into the bigger time frames. And you know what? Let me look at the daily real quick. I think I keep forgetting to mention this. Yeah. So if the daily does come down to that 14.5, we're most likely going to hit this bottom trend line on the daily RSI. And a lot of people think this has to happen in 1 day or 2 seconds, whatever. We look at the charts in a bigger macro view and break it down to the smaller view. It gives you a way better idea what's going on, and then you won't be thinking that every rally is going to a new all-time high like a lot of. And this is the chart from December 2nd. On this side, we have the Amazon.com bubble right here, and I do think we are playing out pretty much the exact same thing here. That's why I believe the false bottom, 75 to 8,500, maybe even as low as 6,500. Sometime in February or March of next year, right? Just like we had back here. And all these times hit the same, like this top here. And these are both weekly charts. They're not skewed. This was in April. This top here was in November. This top here, April. This top here, November. This bottom low, June. This bottom low is August. But our first bottom low over here was June right there. But as you can see, these are all playing out. And then you had this, a lot of people say there's got to be 3 tops before the bottom for this. Well, we had that right here. This one was in January. Right here, didn't get as hyped, was in January. So these are playing out almost perfectly, guys. They don't have to play out candle for candle, obviously. This is a market structure. This is a bubble pop pattern. That's exactly what we have been seeing. As you guys know, we've been watching this forever. Actually, in the video on December 2nd, I made the video and told you I made the video right when I found it because I knew other people would start talking about it. And as you know, other people started talking about it, claiming it to be theirs. But right here, same chart. This is Amazon right here in the blue. This is Bitcoin now. We've been following this and tracking it, and it is playing out to the T, guys. I mean, to the T. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And again, it won't be every single candle. It's about the structure, right? And this could be the opportunity of a lifetime. Now, does that mean you just buy and hold? If that's what you want to do, we could be seeing. And again, guys, if you want to get some exposure, if you think we bottomed, buy. Do whatever you choose to do. All I'm doing is showing you my ideas and what I'm doing, right? So far, this seems to be playing out almost identically, right? So this would be our bottom down here in 23, the middle or end of 23, right? So if we get that fake rally right here, it's 100% rally. So that 14.5 might be a good place to long, or 14.5 too, but that 75 to 8,500 in February or March of next year, I think we'll have a quick rally after that, just like we did back here, ending in April, maybe May, and then coming back down for the new lower low. once we hit here, it could be a great time to buy or put in along. And then you have, so this would be October, well, the end of 2023, middle or end of 2023. That would be a 2-year run up, which everybody would say, that was the halving cycle and we're going to new all-time highs. Well, we probably still will have the 4-year cycles because elections are every 4 years. But it doesn't mean that every 4 years it has to go to a new all-time high. I don't think a lot of people understand that. But as you can see, we may rally for 2 years in the middle of 2025 to 3840K. And then if this was to play out and you got back out here, even if you weren't trading, just buying and selling, right? But ideally, what you would do if you were trading is just look for longs on every dip here. And then you would look for shorts on every pump over here, just like we've been watching here. Every pump, I talked about that. Every time we make a low, it rallies back up. Everyone starts screaming, that was the bottom, that was the bottom, only to come down, make a lower low. You wish you would have sold up here. So you think if it gets back up there, I'm going to sell. Then you get a little rally, and then you think it's going to go to the moon or get up to here at least, and then boom. That's how bear markets work. They need exit liquidity. So these little pumps you get are just to get people hyped up. People buy back in or people hold so other people can continue selling all the way down. But if that was the case, you get, say, 35 to 40,000 in middle of 2025, and you'll be able to kind of figure that out as it goes. Obviously, right now it's just speculation, but as the time goes, you look for the structure and you can find close to the tops and bottoms. But then you would have all the way back down to 14, maybe 20K in middle or end of 2028. So that's a 3-year rundown. And then halving cycle, right? Boom, back up. This could get you to 58, 60 range and then continue back down, another big drop. But if you caught every one of these, and if this does start playing out, guys, I would watch it because this could be the biggest opportunity of a lifetime. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. I'll be posting updates on Twitter. I'm going to go over and check out. They did get the walls poured yesterday, so I want to kind of take a look at that. They obviously won't be taking the forms down for a day or two to let it settle. But anyways, again, thanks for watching. Don't forget, check the videos out above. The Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart, which I started talking about on this video December 2nd. And then the Prime XBT tutorial. Definitely check them out. Follow me on my Twitter. Use the links down below to go to my Twitter. There's a lot of scammers out there. So I'll leave my Twitter and my Discord and all them links down below. Definitely check them out. I'm out.